Sorry about that. It's at least it shows that I'm still in Nigeria. For people that are saying, where's this guy? Then you should know that right now I'm still in Nigeria. For you to experience power outage like that in the middle of a very serious conversation, after probably NEPA people, then you talk about tailors that can disappoint you at any time of your life coming you're going for big events. We have for us to wrap up. It's been a wonderful time with him. We've spoken for more than 1.5 hours, and I think the conversation is still growing stronger. And we thank him for his time, taking time out of his busy schedule to talk to us. Mike,
Yeah.
let's talk about that people are always looking forward to. Talk about your relationship status and all that. How you cope with female admirers, whether you're single and all that. Tell us, are you single, or you're married, or you're in a confused relationship?
No, I'm married, man. I'm married. I have a daughter. Uh, to be honest, it was never easy. It's never easy to be in a situation like this, but like once you find what you want in life and your greatest purpose is to be a better person and a better man, I think has been what has been pushing me to try to be a better husband and a better man and a better father. So to be honest, it's not easy at all. It's not easy. But when you have someone that supports you daily, that loves you and cares for you every day, that's you have to return that favor and you have to do the same thing respectfully and try to be as faithful and as loving as you can.
How did you guys meet?
Met in my university days. You know, it wasn't easy road at per se, but it was more of we always find a way to support each other. We always find a way to love each other and care for each other. And it's amazing how time flies. It's been 10 years now. Yeah.
So how is it coping with those challenges of marrying a professional who will have to move probably at the end of the year or at the end of the season, having to move from one place to the other? How has it been for her?
I think that's when you know if she's the one or not. How she adapts to that and how she has been able to continue supporting me and continue being, there for me regardless the change of job, the injuries, the change of mentality, the psychological warfare we fight with every day, being an athlete. Some people are sent to your life sometimes to help you with those things. And I think that's how I met my wife now is because initially everybody has a perspective of what a household should be or a marriage household should be, but no one understands what two people are going through on a daily basis in their house. So their opinion can go to waste unless you live in the house, unless you understand what those two people deal with on a daily basis. That's marriage, that's relationship, that's partnership, that's supporting each other because they go through a lot together, and that's when you know if she's the real one or not.
Um, looking at it now, when you want to make some of these decisions, trying to change clubs and all that, how much do you think about family, your girlfriend then, and then your wife now, and then um, the factor of your daughter in making your mind whether you're going to go to Turkey, you're going to go to Uzbekistan, or you're going to go to Afghanistan? How much of them do you factor in?
It's a lot. It's a lot of factors in it, but you factor those things. That's why, when you have an agent that helps you navigate the teams that's available and the contracts that are available, But to be honest, I would say it in broken English, money na coco. So, so if the money seems reasonable, if the opportunity seems reasonable, and if the team seems reasonable, I think your partner will help support you and pack the bag up and go with you.
Okay. Um, Where is she from? Is she an African? Is she American? And first, at least that will determine my next question.
Yeah, she's American. She's she was born and raised in the US. She's not African. She's Caucasian actually. We met in university and yeah, that's how things started.
Now the culture shock for two people coming from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
You being an African man, oh, where's my what I want to have my bath. I just eat. Oh, come here, let's come and do something. All
Yeah.
those things. How did you guys manage to meander that rough part?
Uh, the funny thing, we're still trying to figure it out every day. That's the thing. It's communication, and that's the one thing I've learned being from someone that's totally opposite from my culture, totally opposite from myself, is you learn new things every day. You learn how to communicate. You learn how to share your emotions. Now, you might know to share emotions, but the thing that actually helps with someone like having her is being able to see other things in a different perspective. I was raised in a strict household through my father. He's a disciplinarian, but at the same time, I was not as emotionally involved in tapped into my emotions as much because everything was this is the way, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. Not saying anything bad about it. It was the best way at that time, especially in the environment I grew up in. I'm not in that environment anymore. I'm not in that mentality or mental state anymore where I have to be, I giddy all the time. You know what I'm saying? So there are certain things I've learned over the years with her, and certain things I've learned over the years through her, which helps me ease my mind, which helps me sympathize on situations that's going on around me or the world, which helps me get better at other things in life than just this way is the highway. Basically, if we all think this way, we will never succeed, in my opinion. But my life story, my situation has been different from everybody else. Everyone has a different story every day. So, my story evolves around the way I've met my wife, the way I've been with my wife, and things has been interesting, to be honest.
Um, when it comes to relationship, probably as an African man, we tend to get attracted to people of similar culture. What is wrong with Nigerian women in the US? What went wrong with them that you didn't see any of them to settle down with? Why the choice of
No, actually, I dated a few Nigerian women. It wasn't the settler part that was my thing. There's nothing wrong with Nigerian women. I love Nigerian women. I love our beautiful sisters. My sisters are Nigerian women. My friends, our sisters are beautiful inside and out. There was just the moments of my life that was impacted by other things that a Nigerian woman wasn't there when I needed someone at the moment or at that point. It wasn't that I wasn't dating or anything. It was God sent somebody different from a total mentality that I have no idea of how to be who, who I would have been without God sending this person to me, in my opinion. Everyone has a different perspective. It could be race. It could be skin color. It could be, whatever it is. Everyone has their own perspective. But like I said, everyone has a story to tell. My story involved how I overcame adversity at a moment where I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know who else was there for me except my family. And my family showed up. My family helped me out, but somebody else got sent to help me out. So things happen that change your perspective, that change your mentality towards your mental state at that moment, your psychological growth, because you don't know. you think you know it all because you were raised this way or that way, but sometimes it doesn't work every time because you don't understand. But she might,
Uh,
yeah, she
uh,
does. She does.
somebody is abusing you, bro.
Yeah,
Calling you.
yeah, my
Um,
fault.
the truth of the matter is this: at every point in your life, at every time tea, you probably think of Nigerian food. And no matter how hard she tries, she might not be at par with what you've been used to, the
Yeah,
amalas,
yeah.
the mode, eba, pounded yam, and all that, and all that. How do you satisfy these cravings, and how much of activities do you carry out in the kitchen?
A lot. We do it 50-50 sometimes, and most of the time she do it. I'm not gonna lie, yo. Hey,
Uh, because nobody feels judge now. So you
exactly.
don't lie, they lie.
So the thing is, you learn. I learned how to make certain food that I've never learned how to make. I never made before in my life. Then she's learned how to make jollof rice, how to make fufu, sometimes egusi. We find the ingredients in whatever city we are. We try it. I teach her how I remember them teaching me, growing up. So now we try it. We sit down at the table, we taste it, we try it, we eat it, and that's it. And we move on to the next day. We move on to the next project. The next project could be, okay, let's make lasagna today. Which means lasagna. I never make lasagna before. I never, we make it. She teach me how to do it. Life go, we evolve each day, each year, each month. You know, it's a partnership.
That has worked. Congratulations for finding a better half. Now, in terms of temptation surrounding people in committed relationships like this, as a superstar for you, you've been to so many countries. You are a global icon when it comes to basketball in Africa and also in Europe. How do you cope in your time of weakness? You know, female admirers, fans, and all that. So sign autographs for me. Can I take you out for dinner? Can I take you out for lunch? Can I buy you a birthday present? How do you cope with that?
It's easy, you have something you focused on, which is what you have. You have someone home waiting for you. You have someone supporting you wholeheartedly. So, in my opinion, it's easy to do because you have faith. You believe in, God sending the right person to you, and you don't want to lose that person. So, what I've done over the years, I was never a perfect human being when I started dating, but what I've done over the years is continue to find better men of myself, which is continue to learn the new things, continue to learn what she wants, what she likes, what she doesn't want, what she doesn't like. And that's how you have to try it, well, because it's a very, very dangerous word out there, like you said, with being a professional athlete, and a lot can go wrong in a second.
How many have, how many hearts have you broken?
Sorry?
How many hearts have you broken?
Hey, only God knows. I broke a lot of hearts growing up, but I've learned it's not right because I have a daughter now. I wouldn't want anyone to break my daughter's heart.
So which one will you say stood out for you that, oh, if you had another option, you probably wouldn't have done the same thing?
Nah.
You don't want to talk about it.
Nope. We'll leave that for another conversation. That's another interview in another world in another life.
All right, back to your career as a pro. You've had your fair share of injury.
Yeah,
Uh, how do you manage this? And what's your advice to people in such situations?
it's tough, man. To be honest, it's tough. But I feel like there, I always follow a motto, which is there's always gonna be a sunny day in a rainy day. There's always gonna you're gonna find you're gonna prevail. So regardless the moment, how you feel, because I've had my share of injuries, and each injury taught me something new. But during that time, it was clouded. I couldn't understand why I have those injuries, but every time I come out stronger and probably better. You know, I have no idea. Let's speak idea. You see what you've started? You started some nonsense now. They're gonna text me all night
Uh,
long.
let me clear this with Kelechi Anona.
No
He was, I
fee.
think, was on the hot seat on Wednesday. I didn't let off anything, any question.
God,
But the reason why I let off is because you're married, you have a daughter,
yeah.
you have a friend. But he is still a randy
He's
young
he's
grown up
a
man.
living man. Enjoy it, young man.
Just firing up and down with reckless abandonment. So I could still pin him down. But for you, um, I think I have to cut some slacks to protect your your name, your home, and then your future with your wife. So that's why.
Appreciate that.
Um, um, uh, where do we go from there? Okay. Toughest opponent to ever play against.
Whew. There's one in each level I've played on. And I think in the NBA, the toughest opponent was Pekovic. They used to play for Minnesota. I had a chance to match up with him for like 8 minutes, and I think that was the most exhausting 8 minutes of my life. Uh, in the EuroLeague, a guy named Brian Dunstan. I enjoy playing against him because he brings out the best out of me because I can't not pay attention to him. He's always moving, he's always strong, he's always, you know, constantly going. In the D League, ooh, oh yeah, my guy Talib Zana. He was dropping 40 points every other night, and I had to guard him one time, and he had 35 points, but I won the game. That's all that matters. You won't let that go anyways. But yeah, I think he was one of the toughest opponent at that time when I was in D League. Yeah,
What's your daily routine like as a pro? You know, when you're playing your season.
man, it's mixture of a lot of things, brother. It's and the older you get, you had new things just to stay ahead of the game, just to stay, get your recovery quicker and all this stuff. There's bike everywhere. There's treadmill workouts. There's eating right, sleeping right, trying to have all the machines just to keep your muscles loosened because those seasons are tiring and the training is different. It's not just 1 hour training of just jog up and down. This is like intense competition to accomplish something constantly. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. The game ready, normal tech, so much has been added to preparation, has been added to recovery each year. You know, foam rollers. Then each day depending on how your body feels, you hit the weight room more or you hit the weight room less. You hit the treadmill more, or you hit the treadmill less, depending on each day, each game, depending on how much minutes you played the game before. A lot of things. And the opponent on the streets, oh man.
Um, Another thing right now, now that coronavirus has forced the world to shut down for the meantime, how do you stay in shape? How do you stay fit?
I mean, my team and I, and we're still working out in indoors. We're doing team stuff. The team delivered stationary bicycles to each player's houses and apartments. We have a routine where we go on a conference call every day at 10:15 and go about an hour and a half, 2 hour workout as a unit with the bike. Like we have the bike right here. So we do a spin class. We We go for about 2 hours max, an hour 45 minimum, with different type of exercises just to keep the muscles some type of intact. Some guys have more weight room equipment in their house. Some guys have less. We're just trying to stay in shape just in case our season continues because we haven't canceled it. The EuroLeague hasn't canceled the season. They just put it on hold for now. But we're trying to at least simulate some type of physical activity in the house until then.
The chemistry between the players and the national team right now, if you to describe it to people who are not really close to the team on the scale of 1 to 10, how will you rate it?
It's a brotherhood. There's no skill for that. It's a brotherhood. This is like family now. Some guys that played in 2012, 2013, reached out to us while we were playing in the World Cup. We're here for you, blah, blah, blah. We have a group text. We text every day. We all share opinions. We all share good good energy, positivity here and there. Even if someone is disagreeing with someone else, we'll see we enlighten each other through that, conversation and still see the positivity out of it. So there's no scale for that. It's a brotherhood now. We have brothers we can rely on. If we go to any city, we can text them, yo, I'm in your city. Come check me out. Let's go eat dinner. Let's go do something. So I think that's what we've created.
How do you relax? You go clubbing, you go for fun,
I would say 10 years ago, yeah, maybe. No, how do I relax? Now it's more like trying to watch TV shows, listen to music a lot. I listen to a lot of music, all Ninja jams, every new song that just come out, I have it. Shina Naramali, Shina CDQ, I have everything. You know, I play video games. I try to be on Twitter as much as I can just to enlighten myself what's going on in other people's, social media. And there's a lot of media influencers out there. I kind of follow their comedic. I like comedy a lot. I like to stay in a good mood as much as I can. So
but I sent you messages and then you didn't reply me on Twitter.
on Twitter, the funny
Yeah.
thing is I have so many messages on Twitter. I didn't see it. But guess what? I saw it on Instagram. I replied right away, right? You see? So if I show you the messages on Twitter, it's a lot.
All right. You've spoken about the chemistry and all that about it in the team.
Yeah.
Let's look at the best 3 point shooter in this current national team setup. Who will you think, or who do you think dead ball situations or the last ball
For a three-pointer,
to this guy and then let him take the shot.
that's tough, man. Like I said, there's a lot of firepower on there. I'm not stepping on anyone's toes, but man, percentage wise, we would look at the percentage, right? We look at a guy like Gabriel Vincent, he's a prolific shooter, percentage wise. Or we look at Jordan being a 3-point specialist also. But for me, if I was a coach and I wanted to give someone a game ball to make a play and score, I'll give Alfredo Camino to shoot the ball, to be honest.
From 3 point line.
Yeah, he'll make a play and score. Stanley, I can give Stanley the same thing too, you know. But unless I'm setting running a set play for them to come off a screen, Gabriel will shoot the ball. If it's full court, bring the ball, and we have a 3-point shot left, it's either Stanley or Alfaro Camino. I'll give the ball to.
All right. All right.
Gabriel and Jordan can come off screens to shoot that three for the win.
Your favorite Nigerian music star?
Music star right now. My favorite Nigerian music star. Yeah, that's a long list. No, I actually like Olamide a lot. His contents are always straightforward. His lyrics are always relating to my childhood or relating to what's happening in the culture. You know, some people don't agree with him as much because, you know, everyone has a wild side. But yeah, Olamide is probably my favorite at the moment. I have a lot of lists, but Olamide for sure.
All right, R&B or hip hop or
In America,
so for you, as in R&B, your genre of music, which one do you like? R&B.
R&B, R&B, more soothing.
So you're like a lover boy.
Yeah, not me now.
Best food.
Best food,
Yeah,
anything with plantain on it is considered best food.
Samo with plantain.
I go chop am. You go the same place. I go chop am.
Favorite color?
Green,
Android or iPhone.
Android.
Favorite Nigerian food.
Favorite Nigerian food. Iyan and egusi.
Pounded yam, right?
Yeah, iyan, pounded yam and egusi.
Advice to guys who are looking up to you, who want to take up basketball. Advice to young guys.
We're now taking on basketball. Don't give up. Don't let the situation right now or wherever you find yourself give up. You don't know where you will be in next year. Don't. Anything can change, literally. And it might be hard to say because we are going through hard times in Nigeria, but anything can happen. Anyone can just come out of nowhere, pick you up, take you to a prep school in America. You become a you become an NBA player one day. It's happened so many times. And we all know the stories are constant a lot. A lot of kids left Nigeria when high 20 with high school, boom, they're in university, big universities, boom, they're in the NBA, D League. You know, it's happened a lot. But since we are a very overpopulated country, it seems like it's not possible because so many people are still home and not accomplishing that goal. But like I said, like I'm trying to say is don't give up, keep having faith, and just one day something will happen.
All right, Big Mike. Thank you so much for your
No
time.
problem. Now I have to go
Refresh your.
and answer the madam because you have taken 2 hours of my life.
Of course, of course. If
I
you
will
have to go
send
and go and watch plates. Go
I will
and do it
send
for
the
us.
invoice to you. No problem.
Thanks so much. I appreciate you, and I hope that when we organize something like this again in future, you'll be available.
Brother, thank you. No problem. Shout out to Ibile Mushi. Charlie.
Uh,
See. All right.
no, no
Bye
worries.
bye.
All right, all right. That was an interesting session with Michael Erico. We all know him as Michael Eric, who plays for Basconia in the Spanish division, and also featuring in the Euro League. Um, by Monday, we're going to have a very special guest who is going to talk to us. She's been um, with the national team since 2017. She won the AfroBasket with the team in Mali. She won the AfroBasket in Senegal in 2019. She was part of the, um, the, the, the team that went to the World Cup in Spain in 2018, and also part of the OQT team that qualified for the Olympics. Your guess is as good as mine. On Monday at 7 o'clock, we'll be having the one and only double coin, Evelyn Akato, who will be speaking to us about the basketball career at the club level and also at the national level. So keep um, a date with us for Monday, and then we surely won't disappoint you. From us to you guys at home, bye for now.